Holy shit.
Red Dead Redemption 2's online beta is out. It's out in several staggered ways depending on when you got it and which version you got, because AAA video games and release dates don't mean anything anymore. Is it Red Dead Redemption 2 online? Or Red Dead Online? Or just Red Dead Redemption Online? I don't know. It doesn't really matter, because you're looking at it right now and this is what it is. You know, I'll remember when I do the title of the video, everything will be okay. So this is it in beta, which basically means they just haven't put the microtransactions in yet. We'll talk about that stuff in a little moment. Let's just talk about how Red Dead Online, I'll just call it that for right now, RDO. Let's talk about how that is to play. I gotta say, and I realise I'm totally just speaking for myself, I found this more immediately gratifying on a gameplay level than the main storyline mode of Red Dead Redemption 2. Mostly because I can just mess about in this one, and I feel like it's more immediately enjoyable to mess about in this one, whereas I'm on tenterhooks playing the main one because I don't want to get in trouble for accidentally punching someone in the face when I wanted to just say hello and ending up with, 15 police on my ass because someone shot at me and I defended myself. Here, I just don't care as much. I can just faff about. Obviously, that comes with some risks. There are lots of players online who can also faff about, and will faff about at your expense if they want. But even if you die, it's, you respawn, and then you can go and shoot whoever fucking shot you, which has been my modus operandi, although I did posse up with someone who will be in this... I said posse, who will be in this video a little bit later, who eventually just started running amok, and I joined in because of peer pressure. It wasn't my fault. Later on, I encountered that person outside of the posse, I said posse, who then basically lassoed me and tried to carry me away. Then I broke free, lassoed them, and stole their horse. That clip is on my Twitter account if you want to go have a look at that. You don't have to, it's not that entertaining. Someone pointed out I should have ran them over with their own horse, but I didn't. This is that person anyway. So you can posse up, I said posse, where you meet someone online and you can be friends, but I haven't got any friends who play video games. I've barely got friends. So this person ran into me, we waved hello at each other, because you can emote, of course, and then they asked me to join them up, so I followed them around, rid on the back of their horse, sorry, I should say rode on the back of their horse, because you can do that in the game as well. Even in a mission, you can ride your own horse. I've called mine Chungus, I think that's a good name for a horse, and I jumped off my horse onto some other sucker's horse in an online mission, because why bother riding my own horse? I could go get a glass of water while we make the trek to the mission. Main storyline missions have been some of my favourite stuff so far. It's all somewhat similar to GTA Online, you know how a lot of it goes, but I like the story missions where you can team up with 4 other players and take part in them, and they just make the gunfights just that little bit more interesting. And it runs really nicely. A lot of people have said it's buggy and glitchy. I'm playing on the PS4 version, and I've not really encountered much of that. There's been a few little things here and there, like when I was getting into a fight with someone and tried to lasso them in close combat because they did the same to me and I broke out. That was someone else, and it just the animation went on this cycle of me lassoing them over and over and over again for a couple of seconds, but then it's self-righted. It's certainly not been like Fallout 76. This game isn't disconnecting all the bloody time or stuttering like wild. It's been okay for me, stable, enjoyable, and I've been having fun with it. Except the game ain't all that rewarding when it comes to actual in-game rewards. It's rewarding enough in that it's fun to play, but you feel like you're going nowhere when it comes to actually earning. You get 2 currencies. You've got cash, just regular money, and you've got gold bars. Your gold bars are going to be your premium currency. Right now, they don't sell those for real money, but they will. Cash can be used to upgrade stuff, buy stuff. You need it to buy food and necessities, things for your horse, new horses, horse insurance. I think horse insurance can go for cash as well. But a lot of stuff can be bought for gold bars, and, well, let's just say right now, the cash you earn is pathetic. You can do story missions all day long, and you only get, like, a few a few dollars here and there, basically. $10 at the most here and around. I think 16 so far. Like, I played it a whole day so far. I think $16 was the most I got. When you loot bodies this time, you usually got a couple of dollars. Now it's like a couple of cents. I think maybe 50 cents might have been the most I've ever seen. If that. That's a generous estimate. Here we are. I'm just messing around here in the town. You can go and do crimes and stuff. And again, it's just more fun to do it in this than I found in Red Dead Redemption 2, although I was playing an honourable Arthur Morgan. Here, I decided to go a bit dishonourable, which is a bit difficult in some of the missions, because players vote whether to take the honourable or dishonourable path, and if you're outvoted, you just got to go along with the crowd. Anyway, what was I saying? Right, so the game is stingy when it comes to giving you anything. The cash, I played all day and couldn't really afford anything decent, and ended up spending a lot of the money I was earning to get, a tin of beans and food items, things for the horse and stuff like that, and that takes a lot of it. It seems like the amount you earn and the amount you have to spend to get basics is really imbalanced, and it's a shame. Because it just makes me feel a bit weary, like, oh, well, I've done this much and not got much to show for it. I don't really want to play too much more now. And that's before we get into the gold bars. It's been estimated, and certainly in my experience, it seems fair to say it's been estimated it takes about 8 hours to earn a gold bar in-game without spending money on it. And the amount of gold bars you can spend to rank up and get all the cosmetic stuff, and some items that aren't all that cosmetic either, that actually have at least some small effect on gameplay. It's just gold bar expenditure that can reach to the hundreds. You've got to rank up to unlock some basic necessities, but you can spend gold bars, as I say, to rank up. Something as simple as fast travel from your camp, I think, well, you got to be about like rank 65 or something, which again, going by estimates online, can take hundreds of hours of gameplay for something that basic. It's a bit of a racket. It's more than a bit of a racket, if we're being honest. This should come as no real surprise. We knew microtransactions were coming, and we knew they weren't going to be exactly generous, because GTA Online was a price-increasing racket in and of its own right, and it made so much money for Take-Two Interactive. Strauss Zelnick called GTA Online the gift that keeps on giving. And he wasn't wrong, because it keeps on giving. Sorry, I needed to take a drink now. I'm a little bit unwell today. I'm not being sick all that often. I used to get sick all the time when I first moved to the country. My immune system didn't cop with it. But then I got better at it and wasn't sick so much, but something's been going around. It was unavoidable. Everyone I know, Justin, who I work with, members of my family, all falling prey to it. I'm getting a bit dry in the mouth. I'm sorry if it sounds a bit stuffy in some of this voice recording. I got very, very sidetracked there. So yeah, GTA Online, the gift that keeps on giving. Strauss Zelnick quite famously said that they can't keep giving stuff away for free in perpetuity, in reference to anything in GTA Online that wasn't charging, and said there was more wood to chop there. So everyone knew this shit was coming, and they were dreading it after a fashion. It's come out and people are not happy about it. Subreddits and the like are all up in arms about the microtransactions, and I don't blame them, because it really does dampen the enjoyment of an otherwise very fun online mode that I could see myself spending a lot of time in. But for the same reasons why I never really bothered with GTA Online much, I can't see myself caring about this for much longer if it keeps feeling unrewarding unless I spend money. And it keeps putting that pressure on to do it. Because that psychological fuckery is something I cannot mess around with. Both in terms of it offending me and in terms of... me being of that mindset where I could be susceptible to these sorts of microtransactions. I've got that psychological profile that they like to target, which is why I keep well away from them. And that's that. That's Red Dead Online, Redemption 2 Online, Red Dead Online, RDR 2.0 online, Take-Two Interactive. It's fun, but the game always reminds you that it could be more so for a price.